Many of us sit down and judge the teachers, evangelists, pastors, preachers, prophets, bishops, and we point fingers at them and we find faulty things on them. We look at certain preachers and ministers of the gospel and we say, there's something about him I just don't like. I don't like the way he pray. I don't like the way he preach. I don't like the way he hoops. I don't like his praise. I don't like his confidence. I feel like his church is too big. I feel like he has too much wealth and riches. I feel like he has too much car. I think his ministry is mega ministry. I think it's all about profit. I think it's too political. And we sit down and we categorize and we put these persons in positions and we say we don't like these things about these ministers. We try to find things that we find are off. I don't like the way he exegete that passage. I don't like his interpretation of scripture. I don't like how much he smiles. I don't like his suits. I don't like this and that. I don't like that female because I feel like she's too headstrong. I feel like she's too authoritative. I feel like she shouts too much. I feel like she's too manly. We have all these different things that we put out there to compensate for a lack thereof, because of our insecurity, because of our lack of understanding, because of our folly. We miss that God is using each person according to the grace and gifting that he's given them. Their personality are shaped by the environment that they grew up in, or environment in which they're still located. But we miss that because we're too busy running our mouth and we're too busy letting our mind be wrapped around something that's not there. We say that they're too carnal and they're unrighteous. There's something about them that you cannot trust. But have you looked in the mirror recently? Have you seen that you too come short of the glory of God? You fall short of perfection. You too will never, no matter how much you strive, you will never attain perfection until the return of Jesus Christ, who completes that which he has begun. Until then, you will continue to be filthy rags in the sight of God. You will continue to miss the mark because of this flesh. So a lot of us, we talk about the hypocrites in the church, and we talk about the people in the church that are living double lives, and we talk about the unstable people in the house of God. But how much hypocrites, unstable folks are outside the house of God? Why not go to that place and set that example that you see they themselves are missing? Why not be the light and the beacon that the church needs? But no, you rather sit down, complain, murmur, and talk about people rather than speaking life and setting the example or ensample that we need. You see the way that his prophetic gift works as it relates to how God uses him. Something is wrong and odd about it because it's unfamiliar. What if he's peculiar? And what if God uses him or her to deliver the prophetic utterance in that certain way or manner? Be careful. Be careful. Because even though you may be anointed, remember that God's anointed is everywhere. So be careful not to touch his anointed and do his prophets no harm. Because you're speaking and your mind has become too idle. You're cursing with your heart, but you may be blessing with your tongue.